Good evening, I'm Haley Wilgus.
I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks for being with us tonight.
Our top story this evening, Suncoast residents are taking matters into their own hands after 48 tons of trash left on Sarasota County beaches this Memorial Day weekend. With
two of the busiest weekends of the year yet to come, volunteers are planning ahead to try to keep our beaches beautiful despite the influx of visitors. ABC 7's Jess Dowdrick joins us live from Siesta Key with a look at what's planned. Jess?
Good evening, Haley and Scott. Siesta Key may look beautiful today, but this was not the scene on Tuesday morning. According to the county, 13 tons of trash were found here on Siesta Key Beach and Turtle Beach alone. Locals say it was left by out-of-towners for the county and volunteers to clean up. This was the scene in Veronica Murphy's backyard Tuesday morning. Siesta Key was trashed. Despite these no littering signs posted all over the island, Murphy says, unfortunately, this is the scene after every holiday weekend.
It's at 3 days of people vacationing, and they're bringing all their coolers and their things, and they just tend to leave it. And they can't find the barrels because they're not on the beach, and so they don't know what to do with it.
A few years ago, Sarasota County moved the trash cans off of Siesta Key Beach. Now you can only find them on your way out.
People have been calling for them to at least come back onto the beach over by the lifeguard stands, maybe during the holiday weekends, and we're working towards that.
While Murphy can't change others' behaviors, she's doing what she can to make it easier for guests to put their trash where it belongs, in the garbage.
We handed out 1,000 trash bags during July 4th, and then we handed out about 2,000 trash bags during Labor Day weekend.
After missing this past Memorial Day weekend, Murphy says she will be back out on July 4th weekend, handing out more trash bags in hopes that this won't be the scene again then. Murphy is not alone in her efforts. J-Dub's Brewery's street team saw the mess that was left behind and decided to do something about it.
We grabbed some trash bags, and the guys went out there, and we just picked up as much trash as possible.
And they're doing it again on July 5th.
Obviously, July 5th is the day after July 4th. It's a huge boat races happen on Siesta Key and Lido. A lot of people, thousands of people go out there, so we really wanted to focus on those areas.
The county plans to supply extra dumpsters that holiday weekend like they did Memorial Day weekend. But any other plans of action or possible changes in trash collection are unknown. The Sarasota County Sheriff's Office does not believe that any littering fines were issued over the Memorial Day weekend, and they say that they have no plans to crack down on littering. Live on Siesta Key, Jess Dowdrick, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, Jess, thank you. Bystanders rushed in to save a man who nearly drowned at a dog beach in Venice this afternoon. Emergency officials were called to Brohard Beach around 1:30. Witnesses say a man went into the Gulf and started struggling to stay above the water. Several beachgoers rushed in and pulled him out. When paramedics arrived, they were able to get a pulse from the man.
Ran up and dragged him further up onto the beach and started doing CPR on him, and he was turning blue. It was pretty scary. About 15 minutes into it, the paramedics arrived, and they bagged him and continued with the CPR.
Man was taken to Venice Regional Bayfront Health Hospital, where his condition is unknown tonight.
The Florida Highway Patrol is investigating a deadly accident involving a semi-truck that shut down a major road in Sarasota for hours. State troopers say the driver of a semi-truck and trailer lost control at I-75, the off-ramp at Fruitville Road, around 4:30 this morning. The semi rolled over after exiting the interstate. The semi spilled at least 80 gallons of diesel fuel onto the roadway. A stretch of Fruitville was closed for hours while troopers cleared the scene. The driver's name has not been released. Troopers say he was not wearing a seatbelt.
Employees at a downtown Sarasota high-rise forced to evacuate because of an AC unit malfunction. Workers at the Wells Fargo building on Main Street and Osprey Avenue smelled smoke on the 13th floor late this morning and called 911. The building was evacuated. Firefighters determined the smoke was coming from a malfunctioning damper unit in the AC unit. After about an hour, the building was cleared. Workers returned to their offices.
Today is a very important day for everyone on the Suncoast. It is the first day of 2017 Atlantic hurricane season, and forecasters say it could be a busy one. They're predicting 11 to 17 named storms this season. 5 to 9 of those are expected to become hurricanes, with 4 more becoming major hurricanes. But regardless of the forecast, everyone is urged to prepare no matter what. It is crucial that you have a preparedness plan for you and your family.
Hurricanes are not only one of nature's most destructive forces, but it's a big killer as well. High winds, heavy rain, tornadoes, flooding can all be part of a hurricane's devastation.
The Atlantic hurricane season runs from now through November 30th.
Starting tomorrow, all Floridians can stock up on hurricane supplies tax-free. During the 3-day sales tax holiday, shoppers will not have to pay tax on portable radios, batteries, generators costing $750 or less. There will also be no tax on most flashlights, tarps, and first aid kits. Business groups are excited for the tax-free weekend. That tax holiday is expected to save shoppers around $4.5 million over the weekend. And before you go shopping, you can learn about the specific items you'll need for a hurricane kit tonight. Join us at 7 o'clock for ABC 7's hour-long special, Surviving a Hurricane. Our weather team will go over everything you need to know to be prepared for whatever may come our way this summer. You can also call us during the program, and experts will be on hand here to answer your storm-related questions. Again, that's tonight at 7 o'clock right here on ABC 7.
And Bob has been preparing for this. A ton of information put together with the entire weather team, Bob, to share with everyone.
Yes, and the forecast specifically, we just talked about increasing the forecasts as a result of the fact that El Nino isn't going to show up. Speculation was that it was going to be around, which has a tendency to create a lot of shear in the atmosphere, which typically keeps the number of storms down. Now, we also saw 19 named storms back in 1995. None of them had an impact on the west coast of Florida. And then in 2005, there were over 25 named storms there, 25, and none of those had an impact on the west coast of Florida. So it doesn't matter the number of storms that are predicted each and every year. It's just the one that hits us that is the big deal. And this one may. This is Beatrice. Beatrice is down here in the Pacific. Beatrice is moving off to the northeast. There it is. Beatriz. It's a Pacific storm. It's not an Atlantic storm. The next one up for us is Brett, if it were to develop, but the forecast is for it to move off to the northeast, and some models now are hinting that it may have a little opportunity to develop into a tropical depression or possibly a storm and head off right toward Florida. It's a long way off, a lot of speculation there, so we'll keep an eye on it. It doesn't appear it's going to be a big storm at all. What it would do was bring us a lot of rainfall and not a lot of wind at this point. So we'll see that maybe next week. We'll talk more about that later. Right now, some showers and storms east of I-75. You notice the trend. They're all kind of shifting to the north and northeast. More in our forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Back to you.
Thank you, Bob. Venice Middle School is due for some major upgrades. Next week, parts of the school will receive a $12 million facelift. Some new carpeting, lighting, and a new air conditioning system will be installed. Many movable walls installed in the 80s will be removed as construction workers build new walls. The biggest change, though, will be the front office. An entirely new office will be constructed, one that has much better security.
We're very vigilant, despite the fact that the infrastructure doesn't support it. We're very security-minded. That's our first job, safety and security for all.
Visitors will have to enter a secure holding room before they can actually enter the campus. Right now, nearly anyone can walk on school grounds. Work will be completed before students return from summer break.
ABC 7 business commentator Richard Stern joins us now with news of a very strong start of a new month on Wall Street. Richard?
Scott, very strong indeed. How about a hat trick or a trifecta? You may call it whatever you want. I say that all of 3 of the indices we follow every day closed at record highs. Now, we've seen that recently for the NASDAQ. We've seen it for the S&P, but we haven't seen a new record close for the Dow Jones Industrial Average since the first week of March. So it doesn't get much better, folks. Everybody's buying stocks. Let's take a look, because the numbers, they've never been higher. The Dow Jones Industrial Average up 136 points, more than 0.6% at 21,144.18. That is a record. Volume high, 811 million shares. Record indeed. NASDAQ up 48 points, almost 0.8%, 6,246.83. Again, heavy volume, 1,909,000,000 shares. And there's the trifecta. The S&P, a new record, up 0.75%, more than 18 points at 2,430.06. Well, how about some innovation from a firm by the name of Walmart. Yes, indeed. You can't make this stuff up, folks. Walmart today announced they have been using a trial program where its employees on the way home actually drop off things that have been ordered online. They have an internal app which allows them to see exactly where their employees go on their way home. They match that up with orders that are pending, and they actually give the merchandise to the employees to drop it on the way home. The employees, in fact, do get paid for this. It's experimental in 3 different places, but so far they said it has worked very well. And interesting statistics, according to Walmart, 90% of the United States population lives within 10 miles of a Walmart store. So I guess they got a lot of chance for employees to make deliveries on their way home.
It's actually really smart if you think about it.
Yeah,
wow.
absolutely.
And Richard, you have news on Dollar General.
Yes, we've seen lots of retailers with troubles, but not today. Dollar General came up with better top-line numbers, better bottom-line numbers, and the stock for the day was up by more than 6%. Pretty darn good.
All right, Richard, thank you so much for the update.
You're welcome.
Still to come in your Suncoast News tonight, a fatal explosion at a Wisconsin plant has investigators looking for answers, and the citation that OSHA issued the mill that may have prevented the incident.
And ABC 7 Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with your full weather forecast, plus why some doctors are pushing to stop the practice of handshakes at hospitals. That's coming up in Health Smart.
Tomorrow at 4 on Suncoast View.
It's not easy to have a great garden in the Florida heat. I'm Joey Panic on Suncoast View. Troy's Tropics is here with plants that can handle our current drought, plus the long summer on the way. We'll watch a talented Suncoast contemporary artist create hand-painted original pop art live in our studio. Plus pampering products for Father's Day, donuts, and spice and tea exchange in the kitchen.
Tomorrow at 4 on Suncoast View.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our Finish Upgrade event, save up to 20% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Thank you. You got a king?
Go fish! In your face, in your face, in
It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate or shop at Goodwill,
I am creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah.
Save big during the summer leather clearance and pay no interest till June 2018 with same-day pickup or next-day delivery. This special purchase deep-seating leather match sofa now $5.99. It's like floating on a cloud with this leather match sofa at $6.99. Or put your feet up in style with comfort in this dual reclining leather match sofa only $7.99. Exclusively at the Furniture Warehouse in Sarasota, Bradenton, Venice, Port Charlotte, and Ellenton.
And save big.
ABC 7's Prime Time is brought to you by Gattle Automotive.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our Finish Upgrade event, save up to 20% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Now to a developing story overseas where witnesses say gunshots and explosions have been heard at a mall, casino, and hotel complex near Manila's International Airport in the Philippines.
Police rushed to the scene there where they report a man stole gambling chips, shot an LED monitor, and then set fire gambling tables by pouring gas on them. The Philippine National Police chief says there is no concrete evidence that the attack is terrorism. They believe one gunman is behind the incident and is still at large. No word yet if anyone was injured.
Back here in the U.S., President Trump has announced the United States will withdraw from the Paris Climate Accord.
The decision follows intense lobbying on both sides of the issue that even caused a deep divide within the president's inner circle. ABC's Janae Norman has the latest from Washington.
Another campaign promise kept.
We're getting out, but we will start to negotiate, and we will see if we can make a deal that's fair. And if we can, that's great. And if we can't, that's fine.
President Trump announcing in the Rose Garden today that the United States will officially withdraw, joining Syria and Nicaragua and not being a part of the Paris Climate Accord. Under the agreement, more than 190 countries committed to cutting greenhouse gas emissions in an effort to combat climate change. Trump wants to increase fossil fuel output in hopes of reviving the coal industry, though numbers show more Americans work in car washes, theme parks, and even Arby's employs more workers than the coal mining industry.
Global warming and that, a lot of it's a hoax. It's a hoax. I mean, it's a money-making industry, okay?
The president had strong opinions coming in on both sides of the issue from his inner circle. The decision is seen as a win for Chief Strategist Steve Bannon, who along with 22 Senate Republicans pushed for Trump to pull out of the deal. And it marks a loss for Ivanka Trump, Jared Kushner, and even the Pope, Apple CEO Tim Cook, and Tesla's head Elon Musk, who all lobbied to stay.
I think withdrawing from the Paris Accord is a historic, monumental mistake that we will pay the price for the next several generations.
Withdrawing from the Paris Climate Agreement won't happen overnight. The U.S. has to wait 3 years before it's eligible to withdraw, and then another year before that takes effect. So President Trump is essentially stuck with the agreement until just after the 2020 election. Janae Norman, ABC News, Washington.
Well, our climate here today was pretty hot here on the Sun
yes,
Coast.
It has been too, yeah. Temperatures in the upper 80s, low 90s, maybe a little cooler due to some increasing cloud coverage as a result of a couple of systems moving in from the Gulf of Mexico. So we'll get a look at that. Casey Key webcam. Some folks have been asking about the blocks area right there to the right. I talked to the owners of the camera, and they said that's their little area where they kind of sit and enjoy. They want some privacy there, so that's where they blocked that out on the right-hand corner there. Casey Key showing a nice day today. Some high-level clouds moving in from the Gulf in advance of a storm system that's moving on through. Titan radar picture showing, boy, a pretty good line of showers and storms way out there in the Gulf of Mexico. And that's associated with some energy in the upper levels of the atmosphere. On top of that, we have our daytime heating. High pressure's getting bumped down, and that's turning our winds more out of the west-southwest, which favors inland storms, which push toward the east coast. But with that disturbance out there in the Gulf, there's a chance we could see some even coastal showers in the morning on Friday and in the early afternoon hours. But the general trend will be inland storms moving to the east in the late afternoon and evening, with a couple of those bouncing back toward the coast in the late evening. Now, again, the shower activity is not all that strong out there in the Gulf. This isn't the system that we're too concerned about right now. It's the one that we showed you earlier at the top of the newscast that is out there in the Pacific right now, which is expected to head across central Mexico and then Central America, I should say, and then eventually on into the Gulf of Mexico and push toward Florida. The good news is there's so much shear in the atmosphere throughout the Gulf, it's not going to develop anything significant in terms of a windstorm, but it could bring some moderate to heavy rainfall. And that's what we'll look at, especially as we move into time by Sunday and Monday of this upcoming weekend. Now, showers and storms moving through Arkansas. There's a trough of low pressure also digging across the Great Lakes and down into the deep south right now. So there's a lot going on. And what that means is fairly good chances for showers and storms, especially inland areas, over the upcoming 7 days for that matter. Sarasota right now, it's 86. The dew point is at 73. Winds are out of the west at 8, and the pressure 29.98 inches. As I mentioned, it's getting bumped around a bit, and it's moving south, so it is lowering a little bit. Forecast tomorrow, some clouds, even some showers are possible in the morning, and then really good chance for inland showers and storms. Notice the temperatures into the mid-80s tomorrow for the most part across the area. That's due to the increased cloud coverage as a result of that system out in the Gulf of Mexico, which continues to funnel some mid to high level clouds in our general direction, and that'll be the case on Friday. Elsewhere across the U.S., not a whole lot as far as organized storm systems go right now. We can see some clearing skies across Wisconsin, Minnesota, and Iowa at this point. Well, here's the RPM forecast model indicating some showers pretty strong ones in the inland and interior portions of the state, and then some of that works its way back toward the coast as some outflow from it. So 1 or 2 lone showers near the coast and out of the question. You'll notice what happens with that area out there in the Gulf. This is at 1:30 on Friday, but it already started to move in late in the morning and into the early afternoon. So there's a chance for some showers along the coast in the late morning tomorrow, early afternoon, and then the main focus, as I move the map forward, will show all that kind of shifting off to the east later on in the afternoon and evening. And then similar conditions anticipated on Saturday. There's some more moisture in the morning along the northern portion of our state, but we could still see a few coastal showers on Saturday. But most of the action will be inland on Saturday again. Here's the forecast for the next 7 days. This is how it looks. Pretty good chances for showers and storms scattered about right through Thursday. We'll be watching the tropics. How quickly have we seen that? In the first week, or in less than 7 days, watching the tropics by Wednesday of next week to see if that system does develop into some kind of tropical low and head in our general direction. Our rain chances will stay high right in through the next 7 days. Scott?
Okay, Bob, thank you. In Suncoast Traffic Watch, we're seeing some typical congestion for this time of day. Drivers on I-75 near Fruitville, some slowdowns there, not too bad as you head north. And then on US 41 near Fruitville Road, some slowdowns along 301 as well at this hour. Haley?
Thank you, Scott. In health news tonight, the government is on track to meet the 2019 deadline for replacing Social Security numbers on Medicare cards with randomly generated digits and letters. It's an effort to protect seniors against identity theft. Planning for the massive transition has been underway for years. The agency will begin mailing out these new cards to more than 57 million elderly and disabled beneficiaries next April. If you do get one, you should throw out your old cards. As more states legalize marijuana, more young pregnant women are using the drug. 14% of pregnant women ages 12 to 17 reported using the drug in the past month. That's according to the National Survey on Drug Use and Health taken between 2002 and 2015. While some women may think they're using pot as a more natural way to calm nausea during pregnancy, the American College of Obstetrics and Gynecology recommends avoiding it because it concerns marijuana may interfere with brain development. There is a push to stop the practice of handshakes at hospitals. Some doctors at UCLA have started a program to discourage handshakes among staff who treat the most vulnerable patients in the neonatal intensive care unit. Doctors treating children may have antibiotic-resistant germs. Then they could pass those germs on to even more vulnerable infants. In 2014, researchers studied which greeting was the most hygienic among a high five, a fist bump, and a handshake. They found a traditional handshake transmitted the most amount of bacteria, and a fist bump transmitted the least amount. An incredibly dangerous stunt, catching a lot of attention. What troopers are doing to prevent people from copying a couple of these daredevils in North Carolina. And everyone loves this baby hippo. The Cincinnati Zoo estimates when she may make her public debut.
SRQ Performance Parts provides parts and accessories from over 300 manufacturers, so you can get that new manifold, carburetor, gasket, bolt kit, or nitrous oxide system fast. We'll help you beat the competition. Call or visit SRQ Performance Parts online today for all your high-performance parts and advice.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi. I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
Are you paying too much for your cable or satellite TV?
The U.S. government passed a bill mandating free over-the-air digital transmission of all broadcast network television channels. That means with the new TV Freeway digital antenna, you can get free HD programming from your favorite broadcast networks 24/7 without a bill. You just plug it into the back of your TV and start watching all of your favorite broadcast programs for free. There are no contracts to sign, no hidden fees, and no monthly fees. Just free HD broadcast TV. Take it with you anywhere. Call or go online now to get your TV Freeway stick for the incredibly low price of only $14.99. But wait, call or click now and you can get a second TV Freeway stick for a second TV. Just pay a separate fee, but you have to order right now.
Call 1-800-809-5196 to get your TV Freeway. Call now or go to tvfreeway.com. So call 1-800-809-5196. This offer's not in any store. Call now.
Hurricane season is here, so when severe weather threatens, count on the official Suncoast Storm Team at ABC7.
We bring you storm warnings faster and with more detail than ever before.
And track storms right down to your neighborhood.
On air, online, and on your mobile device. Turn to the official Suncoast Storm Team at ABC7. We're here for you.
For the last decade, S&S Motorsports of Sarasota has built custom high-performance vehicles for demanding clients worldwide. They're now bringing their 50-plus years of combined build expertise to the parts business. SRQ Performance Parts is your one-stop shop for all your performance parts and accessories.
Firefighters are still cleaning up after a Chicago furniture and electronics store caught fire early this morning. The flames shot right up through the roof. The smoke billowing from the building was so thick it backed up traffic in the surrounding area. Fortunately, no one was hurt. The cause of that fire still under investigation. A North Carolina Highway Patrol is on the lookout for some thrill seekers. This is the video that has Caldwell County Patrol concerned. A pair of dirt bikers used a homemade ramp to jump a 60-foot gap of a collapsed bridge. Now troopers are taking action to keep these daredevils away in the future and anyone else who wants to follow in their tracks.
These two gentlemen are lucky. If they would have miscalculated anything, they could have been hurt or killed.
Now the Department of Transportation has bolted concrete barriers on the bridge to stop future jumps.
A popular baby hippo that has stolen people's hearts on social media is now a little closer to a public debut. Fiona at the Cincinnati Zoo and Botanical Gardens has recruited a huge fan base with video of her antics, drawing tens of millions of views online. And while she's not ready for the public just yet, the zoo says the media-only event held yesterday was a big step toward that. She's doing well. NASA researchers have discovered an ocean-bearing moon on Saturn that may have tipped over sometime in the past. The unmanned Cassini aircraft captured image data of the possible shift in the spin axis of this moon about 55 degrees, meaning it nearly rolled onto its side. Researchers say a collision with an asteroid was likely behind that reorientation. Cassini has been exploring Saturn and its rings since 1997 and discovering things just about every day, I'm sure. There's so much mystery out there in the solar system, and we just keep learning small little pieces.
Our little probes
out
there sending back photos and information. It's pretty fascinating.
It is fascinating. Still to come in your Suncoast News, with cases of dog flu popping up in Florida, many pet owners worry about their furry friends.
We'll show you ways you can protect your cats and dogs coming up next.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our Finish Upgrade event, save up to 20% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Who else has been taking your prescriptions? Keep your medicine and your family safe and secure. Mind your meds. To learn how we can help, visit the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids at drugfree.org.
I am powerful beyond my wildest imagination.
I will define my future.
I will keep challenging myself to improve.
Because I am a future leader of this great nation.
I will make a difference in my community.
I will not settle for simply chasing my dreams, I will achieve them.
Because I was given a chance.
An opportunity.
At Family, Career, and Community Leaders of America.
The ultimate leadership experience.
Join us. We'll build a new future together.
Save big during the summer leather clearance and pay no interest till June 2018 with same-day pickup or next-day delivery. This special purchase deep-seating leather match sofa now $5.99. It's like floating on a cloud with this leather match sofa at $6.99. Or put your feet up in style with comfort in this dual reclining leather match sofa only $7.99. Exclusively at the Furniture Warehouse in Sarasota, Bradenton, Venice, Port Charlotte, and Ellenton.
And save big.
My name is Stephen Jaffe. The law firm's name is Farmer Jaffe. One of the beautiful things about Julius is he's always smiling, and it becomes infectious. The fact that Julius has a disability has absolutely nothing to do with the quality of work that he's done. Just a great person you want on your staff.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
My name is Luke Perry, and I am 1 million strong. I'm in the fight against colorectal cancer because I believe we can win it. Colon and rectal cancers are the second leading cause of cancer deaths among men and women in the U.S. Colon cancer is preventable. Know the risk factors and make sure to get screened. There are simple, take-home options available. Take control of your health. Screening for colon cancer isn't embarrassing. It can be life-saving. To find out more about your options, visit fightcrc.org.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our Finish Upgrade event, save up to 20% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.